Good afternoon, boys, girls. Welcome back to non-league to Premier League. We are here now, just before our game for Sutton against Sutton. Sorry, for our first round FA Cup tie. Form at the moment very inconsistent. He was last with us for Altrincham. We since lost to Chorley, which was a 1-0 defeat away from home. They were much the better side, and that result could have been a lot worse. We were then 1-0 down to Boreham Wood at home. We come back and turn that round to a 3-1 victory with Jamie Osborne and Paul McCallum on the score sheet. Tom Champion scoring their third goal, bless him. Then at Ebbsfleet, again, we were the better team. We wasn't overly dominant, but we was the better team. We had more shots, more possession, but not in a truly dominating manner. We walked away from that with a 1-1 draw. Points better than none, but again, can't help but think that that's 2 points lost there. Financially, we are in a spot of bother. We're losing money. I mean, it happens in non-league anyway, but we're leaking at an alarming rate at the moment with some of the salaries that our players are on. So after today, I'm probably going to skip forward to January and try and ship a couple of players on to bring some money back into the club, and then sign some people on free transfers on lower wages and hope that we can make that push for the playoffs. We are not too far off from the playoffs, in fairness. If we go into where are we? Competitions. There we are. So we are currently sat down in 14th, but we're only 4 points off the playoffs. But we need to start picking up points now so that we don't drift too far behind. It's a must. It's an absolute must. So we have reached the first round of the FA Cup, so we've already met our obligations there. But we're hoping that after today we can obviously push on with that. We'd like a little cup run. Financially as well, it's very helpful. Gone for a rotated squad today, so we're going with the 4-2-2 diamond. We've got Rowley in goal, we've got Reckford on the left, Gunning and Williams in the middle, Vaughan on the right hand side, little Callum Coyle in the midfield now. Absolutely spot on he is in the midfield role there. He loves playing in the pocket with Maxwell and Ball just in front of him, Stenson behind the strikers, and we've gone for the strike force of Wright and Charlie Ball, who, by the way, is still in phenomenal form. Now we've just got to hope that I manage to keep all my match settings proper. So we're up against a 4-5-1 or 4-3-3, depending upon how you see it. Quite a defensive setup from Sutton. We have already beat them in the league, so hopefully that will give us a little bit there of motivation to say, look, boys, we've done this once. Let's go and do it again. Now I'm just going to pause it there to make sure that we are on everything that we need. We are indeed. So let's go. 5 minutes in and no highlights. They're actually dominating possession. We now had a couple of shots and an edge in possession. It's not a great start, boys. We're actually going to demand a little bit more from you 15 minutes in. And that's photoed some people up, and we've got pressurised on the others. First highlight looks like it's actually coming in here for Sutton. So they play it back to Shotton. Down to Podolski, out to Perkis. Plays it back inside to Beautyman. Perkis again on the byline. To Vassell. Oh, he hits the post and follows up Patrick. We got nobody there making any form of defensive movement to actually try and block that off. That right back here, just caught in no man's land. Doesn't charge, doesn't follow up the second ball properly. And Patrick just slots home. Easy goal for them. And that is not what we want. Come on, boys, show a little bit of passion. Everybody's fired up except for the man who was at fault for the first goal. Vaughan may well have to come off here. We may have to switch to the 4-2-3-1. We're not really getting a foothold on the game. One highlight for the whole first half shows it. I expect a much better second half. We are going to change up the system because that is not going to work for me. We're still going to go Charlie Ball up front. Stenson can come out to the left. We'll bang Coyle in the midfield still with Maxwell. And we'll bring on Hawkridge and we'll bring on Nichols. Hawkridge can go out to the left hand side. Do we play him inverted? He normally plays quite well there. We'll try it. Need something to give here. First highlight now for us, hopefully. Rowley plays it out. Maxwell. Back to Coyle. Coyle out wide to Nichols. It's got the overlapping Vaughan. Vaughan plays. Oh, it doesn't play. He plays it inside to Stenson. Back to Vaughan. Can we get the crossing? Get the ball in. No, plays it back to Stenson, who loses out to Eastman. Plays it forward to James. Brilliant tackle there, actually. Oh, but Jarvis. Oh my God. We should be 2-0 down. That was terrible. Vaughan got a tremendous tackle in there, and then we didn't capitalise on it at all. It actually put them in on our own goal. Patrick again. The man who's causing us problems. Eastman. To Vassell. Eastman again. Vassell. He's got a man out wide, and Patrick, but didn't use him. Goes back to Shotton, who switches the play over to Rendell. Cuts inside, not being picked up. Beautyman. Vassell. Patrick Jarvis, and that's another goal. Oh, our form is ridiculous. I'm struggling this season, boys and girls. Really, really struggling. Runs with his man, doesn't try and put a foot in at all. Vaughan again, a little bit late to close down, but can't really blame him for that one. He's having a terrible, terrible game. Don't like making all three substitutions, and in all fairness, Brandon Barsey hasn't played very well when he has been coming on, so this could be a bit of a tatering. What we need to do now is we need to go very attacking, and we're going to have to chase the game. Gonna have to chase the game. We are second best in near enough every department at the moment. Bad ball out. Jarvis collects the ball. Takes it outside. Randall to the back post, and Patrick's there. Beats Barsey. And we've just got the same problems. We're going to skip that one. This is a match that we would rather skip altogether at this moment in time. I mean, first time we played these. Oh, come on. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Do we stick with attacking, or do we just try and shore up shop and not concede anymore? Oh, no. Show some passion, lads. Fans are flooding out of the ground with 15 minutes to go. That's not a good thing for us. We was hoping for a cup run. I did think that with even with the rotated side, we'd be able to pick up a win here, because Sutton haven't been playing very well. And they turned up today, and we didn't. We absolutely haven't turned up at all. Never mind the fans going home. The players should have gone home. Be ashamed of themselves. When you look at the match statistically, we've not been that bad. But if you look at the highlights, like defensively, we have been awful. And we are going to say very assertively that I am not happy with that at all. Didn't want to go overly aggressive. We was aggressive at half time, but that is... It's not good for us, boys and girls, at all there. That is an awful, awful result. Would have hoped to go through to the second round. I mean, we met our obligations. We're not behind that way at all, so we're not too worried in terms of meeting things with the board. But obviously, it only takes one nice tie in the FA Cup to get a lot of money. We still haven't got a real good. It's only 27% scouted. We need to scout him again. There are some players I'm definitely going to be moving on in January, so that's something we need to crack on and get to. Some players who are earning a lot of money at the Moors, and in all honesty with you, they haven't proven that they're deserving of such wages. I mean, we are literally leaking money because we're playing some players £1,500 a week, and at this level, unless you're guaranteed success, you just can't afford to do that. And at the moment, we're not anywhere near guaranteed success. I need to go back to that scouting thing afterwards, do that off air. So I just don't know what to do, boys and girls. Literally, like we. And now, man, our goal scorer is now deaded. Only 1 to 3 days. He might be back in time for the game, but he's not going to play the full game, which is upsetting. Charlie Ball has been the man who's been banging them in. Harrogate's clash could be France's last. So if we lose here, there is already speculation that I actually could be about to lose my job. This could be one of the quickest series ever. 5 episodes? So we need a win here. I mean, we're playing a team who are in very, very poor form, and they're right at the bottom of the table. Oh, they're 23rd. They're not quite right at the bottom of the table. So we need quite a convincing win. And I think I'm actually going to start by clearing everybody out. We're going to start with a 4-2-3-1 and hope. We're going to bang Boot in goal on a right hand side. I know that Vaughan had a really bad game last game, but we're going to give him the nod for this one. Mitch Hancock's is struggling for fitness. He'll come back into the side then. Centre back we want him on the right hand side of defence. We want, where's Goodger? There he is on the left hand side of defence. Central midfielders, who do we go? We'll go with Darren Carter in the attacking midfield role. And we'll keep Jamie Osborne in central midfield. And see, that's not Coyle's natural position. It's where I would like him to play. And we'll play with Aaron Sibia on the right. And I think we're possibly going to go with Stenson on the left hand side. Yeah, we are. Play Stenson on the left, and we'll start Charlie. He's not terrible, but probably going to aggravate that injury. Rowley, then we want Williams can play left, right. Oh, hello. And we'll put in James Ball there. We'll have Alex Nichols can play everywhere, and we'll bring on Danny Wright. Right then, so that's our starting 11. We've got Ball, Stenson, Carter, and Aaron Sibia. Osborne and Coyle in the midfield with Vaughan, Daly, Goodger and Hancocks at the back and Boot in goal. And no space for Kyle Storer today, who should have probably played where Coyle was playing. Up against a 4-4-2, Johnny Stead playing up front. That's a little bit of a worry. Stead has got goals in him. Right. Assertive. We are needing to win this game. Desperately need to win this game. Our very career could count on it, because who are we going to get picked up with if we have a terrible season with the Moors? First highlight, surprisingly, is not to us. Jones back to Hallett. Oh, Goodger's there for the defend. Ball over the top, Boot collects. Goes for a long kick out to Stenson. Stenson does get the ball. Plays it inside to Jamie Osborne. Plays it out nicely for Hancocks. If Hancocks can get in a decent cross, he can't. Ball's kept in. Play long to Stead. John Stead is one to watch. Oh, and Jones is onside. He's one-on-one. Boot makes a tremendous save. Good just there to get the ball clear, not for a corner. Come on, boys. We desperately need something here. Jones knocks it on to Kieran. Plays it inside to Croft. John Stead takes the shot just wide. I mean, we've got possession. Possession's not a problem. We've had the shots, but none of them have obviously been very good because we've had no highlights. Carter whips in the free kick. At the back post, at the front post, at the back post. They're at every post, and Charlie Ball, the man just doesn't stop scoring. Feed the ball and he will score. Then yes, I know that was an old Blues chant for Jeff Horsfield, but we'll take it. Look at this. Beats his man. Shouldn't have beat his man really there. Unfortunate for Harrogate because they haven't done too bad, but we'll take that. We desperately need 3 points. We'll give him a little bit of praise for that as well. Come on, boys. Could really do with a 2-goal cushion. Carter with the free kick again. Back to Osborne. Back to Vaughan, who's got a mistake in him. I'm never comfortable when he's on the ball, in honesty. Stenson now brings the ball inside. He's going to go for the second ball. Does win it. Darren Carter. Take a bow, son. He has scored some absolute screamers this season, and those are the type of goals we need. And at the moment, probably saving my job. We're still just outside the playoff. Look how tight the top half of the table is. A win still takes us into the playoffs. So we're not overly concerned. Like, if we can put a good consistent run together, we'll be there or thereabouts come to the end of the season. I'm very pleased with the performance, boys. Keep it up. Is there anybody I need to worry about? Don't really want to aggravate Charlie Ball's injury too much, but he seems like he's run it off. Interesting. So we get the second half underway. We're not going to make any changes just yet. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And that's very much the attitude that we're taking. Belshaw with the long goal kick. Goes over the top. Daly now back to boot. Please don't play it out wide. Daly to boot to Goodger. This is dangerous. Picks out to John Stead, who shoots over the bar. Again, a look out. A little bit of a let off there. Jamie Osborne is complacent. We're not going to have any of that. You all better concentrate. We don't want to see any of that business. And now everybody's overwhelmed. That is not quite what we wanted to do there. We was looking to get some inspiration into the boys, and instead we just got them all angry. Vaughan to take the throw in to Darren Carter, who's been instrumental in things. Aaron Sibia back to Vaughan, crosses it in for Stenson, back out to Osborne, into Mitch Hancock, who somehow gets the ball through Belshaw in the goal. Don't quite know what happened there because it was directly at him pretty much. But we'll take that. Mitch Hancock's with a lovely left-footed strike. Stenson does well there to find Osborne, who plays it out. He's in tons of space. Belshaw just completely messes things up, and that gives us a very comfortable 3-0 win. Got to give him a little bit of praise there, haven't we? And that has, put us in a brilliant position. I'm very pleased with the result and your performance. So there we are, boys. That moves us up to 11th in the table. We're now on 0 goal difference. We need to start scoring a few more goals. We need some big results, really. We're only 2 points outside the playoffs, so the board can't be that upset with me, realistically speaking. We haven't got a game in hand, but we're where we need to be. I mean, we're not in the top half of them, but a couple of wins, literally a couple of wins on the bounce, sees us to where we need to be. Now, we will come back. Do we come back in December, or do we come straight back into January and see what we can do? I think I'm going to leave it a little while, and I'm going to come back to the Bromley away game. We'll come back to Bromley and Hartlepool. We'll see how we got on in those games, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of January business to tell you about in terms of moving players out who are frankly earning too much money and costing us too much money, and bringing some new players in. If you did enjoy the video, I would muchly appreciate it if you bang the like down there, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We are uploading every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but for now, that's bye bye.